What is up, everybody? It is Wednesday, April 8th, episode number 49, and welcome to Frameloss. What is Frameloss? We are your weekly video game talk show. We're here to discuss all the neat little things happening in gaming that you want us to talk about. I am your host, 2 Inches. With me, the man who has killed two bosses in Bloodborne, from CJ. Say hello.
What's up, everybody? My name is Hideo Kojima, and this will be the last frame loss. I promise. I guarantee it.
Oh my god. You had to take Hideo into this. And also the dashing Dr. Monkey himself, Donnie.
Yo, everybody.
I don't know why I called you the dashing Dr. Monkey. That's going to throw people off.
It's true.
Yeah, that works. Tonight we're going to talk about The Witcher 3. We got some press leaks to discuss and a review of Bloodborne. I have beaten it, and From CJ is working his little hands to the bone. Just
down to nubbies.
Yeah, like a hamster on a wheel. He's just getting that cheese.
And I'm watching.
I guess you don't get wheels. I don't know.
No,
you don't give wheels cheese.
You don't get wheels cheese. You just get exercise.
That's a life rule as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. So the big question on everybody's mind is, what have you been playing? So take it away.
Well, you spoiled up a big reveal, but I've beaten two bosses in Bloodborne. Two whole bosses.
That was the highlight of my intro right there.
Aside from that, obviously League, Hearthstone, I've been doing a little bit of. I got the card back for March, for Smirch. I've been trying to get into like the world of like armored thing weapons, like World of Tanks and World of Warplanes.
You're still playing that?
Not really. Not.
Okay.
It's hard to get into. I've been playing Guild Wars 2 though, which they've done a lot of stuff with that game. I forgot to turn the fan. They're doing a lot of stuff with that game to make it more friendly to new players, and it's awesome. I've never been like as successful in the game as I was this time around. They like actually direct new players on missions and give them help, and don't just give them everything all at once. Like, figure it out.
I stopped playing that game after I think 3 months, maybe 4.
I probably went less than that because I didn't like their quest system.
Yeah,
like,
I was the same way.
Find hearts.
I didn't like dungeons, and all I liked in the game was PvP, and that got pretty old because I didn't like the actual PvP because my character was not fixed by the time I left.
You made me hyped for the expansion. Then they have a whole new PvP mode in it.
Okay, I'll check. Well, so my problem with the game when I initially played it was engineer. Your skills didn't level properly with your character. So like,
I play an engineer.
Towards endgame, like I was just doing no damage to people.
That's just.
They did fix it, but I haven't been back like since the fix.
Oh, okay.
At least they fixed.
And then finally, I bought Dragon Age Inquisition like today on the way home. So.
Nice.
I have to play that still.
I've heard nothing but good stuff.
Same. It's basically what I know about it is that it's like an MMO without people, which is like the best. So.
MMO without the worst part about the MMO.
Yeah, exactly. What have you been playing, Donnie?
I've been playing League, like usual.
Just hammering away at it.
Just hammering away at League, mostly Earth mode. I played some Mega Man 3 this weekend. I decided to boot up my Mega Man Anniversary Collection, and just decided 3 at random. I have only one more Robot Master to go, and then...
Which one?
Shadow Man.
Wait, for which Mega Man game?
Mega Man 3.
Okay.
So I beat all the others. Didn't even go in order. In fact, I got frustrated with some levels. I was like, I'm going to go out of order and just use a lot of energy tanks.
My God.
Yeah, that's bold.
I'm a pro. And then I played some Guacamelee on the stream on Monday, and I continued playing it last night, actually. I really like that game. It's really addicting. If you guys
Kyle can attest to how much I love that game. That's like my two of my favorite things. Wrestling and Metroidvanias.
Yeah. If people don't know, Guacamelee is a Metroidvania that takes place in Mexico, and you are a luchador, and you are fighting this villain who is trying to bring the world of the dead and the world of living together and kill everyone, and it happens on Dia de los Muertos. And it's really cool. It's a really fun game.
It's a ton of fun. It's like just the right level of difficulty.
Yeah.
A lot of these games have...
I had to put it down because it frustrated me. I'm at a part where you have to wall jump by switching between the two worlds to make different walls appear, and it's just so frustrating. What have you been playing, Kyle?
So I've been playing a bunch of Bloodborne. I've been playing. So MLB The Show came out, MLB 15, and I've been playing a ton of that. I really like what they've added to the RPG to make it more RPG. Now there's like equipment, like I can equip a shield, and I got like a new sword and everything. So they really made it like a full sports RPG. Like I really like that.
Oh yeah, I've been playing that too. Shit, I always forget a goddamn game.
Yeah, I'm really having a lot of fun in MLB, and I don't like baseball. Like I played it a lot when I was a kid. Like I played all the way up till I think high school, and I was just like, yeah, I'm
Got
done
drafted.
with this.
Yeah.
Got drafted. Was just.
I
like-
was always a soccer kid.
Yeah.
And so like baseball
Volleyball.
just bores me, and like, but this game is really fun because of all the RPG elements to it.
Yep.
Like all the stat things you can set and everything. I like it a lot. Other than that, I played Axiom Verge on Thursday, which is going to be my new Thursday thing. So tomorrow I'm going to pick
it's
up
just
where
Axiom Verge forever on
Well,
Thursdays.
yeah, for now that's what it is. I'm going to pick up where I left off. I haven't touched it since Thursday, so I'm back right where I stopped streaming. So that'll be fun.
And
then-
let us know, you guys in the chat or whatever. Let us know if that's like if you prefer that kind of format or if you just want to see like different games.
Yeah, because I've just been
'cause
doing one and dones.
Yeah, we
I was doing one and dones, but like now I'm just going to like do games till I beat them.
We have 3 different streamers here clearly, so we can mix up how we
Yeah.
do things to kind of if you guys are looking for something specific.
Yeah, but that's pretty much
Feel
all I
free
played.
to ask about games too.
I played a lot of MLB.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a gorgeous game. I don't want to talk too much about it because we can do a review for it next
Yeah,
week.
I definitely want to do a review for it.
So
I was talking to people today about all the RPG elements, and people were like, I didn't even know like that was a thing.
oh my god, how do you? Oh my god.
Yeah, gotta get the word out. If you don't like baseball, who cares? You get a sword and a shield, and then you pitch the ball real fast.
Well, the trick is you got to parry the ball.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so we have a new format for releases of the week.
Oh yeah, we do.
We talked about it amongst
I
ourselves.
don't have new
It's-
overlays though.
That's okay. Well, because it still releases of the week this week.
This is our transition week.
So we talked about it a little bit. It's always been kind of a sticking point with us that we do our show on Wednesdays, which is it's right after most games come out. So it kind of feels just a little weird being like, here's what's coming out this week that already came out this week.
Yeah, here's what came out yesterday that you
Yeah.
already know about because you bought it.
So this week we're going to give you the stuff that came out yesterday, and then we're going to give you next week's games. So it'll be from Wednesday to Tuesday is how
Yeah,
we do it
from next show on, we're gonna be doing coming soon, so the week next.
Well, it'll still be releases of the week.
Yeah, but it'll be
It's a week. It's a week that we define.
yeah, it's the week.
It's the week of Wednesday to Tuesday.
Yeah,
So, this week, big, possibly as big as Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2: Scholar of the First Sins. That came out on the PC, the PS4, and the Xbox One. All new graphics. Everything's been tweaked in the game. It's not just a. I know you guys remember last week re-release discussion. It's not just a Game of the Year edition or anything like that. They did it more like Kyle's Street Fighter. How they like tune the game and
Yeah.
add a bunch of little improvements and all this stuff. So it's been doing really well. I haven't played it because I can't.
One Souls game
It's
at
scary.
a time.
It's impossible.
yeah.
And
I
it takes
might not-
your
I-
health when you die.
I might not actually pick this one up right away. I have so much on my plate right now to play
Yeah.
that it's hard for me to justify getting this because I'm not going to be able to. I have too many new things to play that I want to talk about to go back and play this. But like, if you just got like a PS4 or an Xbox One and don't have, like, you didn't play Dark Souls 2, like now's a great time to pick it up.
Yeah, I have it on PC, but I don't think I'm going to play it. I think I'm just going to get this at some point and play it there
Yeah.
because all the improvements they made are just too sweet. Also, Etrian Mystery Dungeon for the 3DS, which is this like RPG dungeon crawler.
It's like Azure Dreams, like the combat style, like you move, enemy moves, like square by square. It's I'm pretty sure the other one was really good.
Etrian.
It looks okay. It doesn't really look like my cup of tea, but it
Yeah.
doesn't look bad. It
Yeah.
looks like a really fun game if you like those sort of things.
Yeah.
Friday, we have Xenoblade Chronicles 3D on the new Nintendo 3DS. This is a new Nintendo 3DS exclusive.
Yeah. So be careful too, because on the GameStop
Yeah.
website, it doesn't actually say new Nintendo 3DS. Like you have to click the picture of the box to see that it is.
Yeah.
Um.
Not that everyone shops at GameStop, but
Right.
Yeah.
just
But
be
I'm
safe.
I'm I'm
Safe
willing
with
to
your
bet.
purchase.
I'm willing to bet Best Buy and the others don't have it listed either.
Yeah.
Probably not. Target probably definitely not.
But yeah, it is new Nintendo 3DS only.
And then finally, 2 bombastic releases next week. 2 ginormous, some might say, releases.
Oh, is it already?
It is. We got Mortal Kombat 10 coming out on the PS4 and the Xbox One. And alongside
Mortal Kombat
that
X.
is Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PC, finally.
I didn't think
So-
Mortal Kombat X had a release date.
Yeah.
It does
So
next week.
the interesting thing is, it's
Mortal
only
Kombat 10, Donnie.
the interesting thing
I'll
is
kill
it's
you.
only PS4 and Xbox One. I think PC is also next week too, but 360 and PS3 are not until I think 6/20. They got pushed back pretty hard.
Also,
That's
CJ,
weird.
they have said that they want it pronounced X, not 10.
They don't know what they want,
So
Donnie.
so if you're looking
I'm
looking to get the old mod, like the last gen model of that game, you're gonna be waiting 2 months for that.
It's gonna be I don't know
Upgrade that
why.
system.
Also, I didn't know Mortal Kombat was coming out because I think a month ago I checked. I'm like, what new characters? They're like, they only announced 4 new, so we don't know the roster. And now it's out. And
Yeah,
I'm looking
the
now
whole
at all
roster.
the
Yeah, the whole
characters.
roster's been announced.
I watched a bunch, not a bunch, I shouldn't say, a bunch for me of gameplay on Twitch this weekend, and I saw someone do a fatality where they punched a guy in the balls so hard he died.
I
Yeah,
love
that'll
it.
happen.
So
I love the Mortal
10 out
Kombat
of 10.
series, so I'm
my
excited for the.
Steam review is 10 out of 10 would cringe again.
I won't even be able to get it because I don't have a PS4 or an Xbox One, but I love the Mortal Kombat series. Sad.
Thanks for bringing the show down, Donnie.
Yeah.
Great.
Now take us into the news.
All right, more depressing news. Nah, this is interesting news. WoW tokens are out now. For people who don't know, WoW tokens are little tokens you can buy in the in-game store in WoW for $20 U.S. American dollars and $25 Australian. That's Australian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I got a sweet
Dollars.
picture of them.
Really
Um,
weird choice of alternate pricing. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go ahead and say that.
But
I don't
each
know why
WoW
those are
token, these tokens you buy in game, they represent 30 days of game time. Now you can sell these tokens for, and right now it's currently the set starting price is 30,000 gold.
Well, these
on the
are hold on,
auction
these are
house.
actively being traded right now, right?
They are.
Because they came out already.
Yeah, they might be actively being
So
traded.
let me,
right now.
I'm gonna check and see right now what
Yeah.
they're at. Someone name
But-
them around.
Yeah, but their set price, like what you set as, is 30,000 gold. So basically, these are little tokens where people can buy them for money, and then they can, for real money, and then sell them for in-game gold, and then people can buy game time using real gold if they have enough. So it's a way for people with enough money to get more gold, and people with enough gold to get more time.
Yeah.
It's,
I'm surprised it took them this long to implement it.
yeah,
Especially given that it's been proven to be successful.
And
Yeah.
it makes sense. The pricing model makes sense, but like if you look at it and break it down, like it's more expensive to do it this way than to just buy game time.
Well, it's not. That's the thing though, is that it's not for people
For
who
that.
want game time.
Right.
people who want gold.
It's to combat gold sellers. They're not
Yeah.
doing it for the reason that games like Eve and man, what was that other one with the in-game DCU? I think you can do
Yeah.
it. They do it because that's a way to get people who don't want to spend real money on the game to play it. This
Yeah.
is a way to get rid of gold selling, more or less.
Yep. And they're starting with a limit of.
Oh, and I will say,
Fine.
I do the $20 price point converted to $30,000 gold is competitive with gold selling websites.
Okay.
So
And they're limiting it too, so you can only purchase 10 tokens within a 30-day period, so they can't have people kind of buying too many and then becoming like
Yeah.
a
wow,
token hoarder, like the token lord, basically.
we're looking at 21,000 gold now,
Wow.
down from 30,000.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because people are buying them up.
Well, it's because people are impatient and don't like to use the economy correctly in WoW. So
Yeah.
the fact that Blizzard launched this at that price. In
Yeah.
2 days, it's dropped 10,000. To me, that doesn't say people aren't buying it. It says I want to sell this now. Wah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's here we go. Live results is 20,674 is the current price.
Yeah, I only see it going down from there. And then it
Yeah.
won't be competitive with gold selling anymore, and then gold sellers will still make money.
Yeah.
So, if that was their goal, like it's not gonna work.
They
Yeah.
haven't
But I don't think
cultivated
that's
an
their
economy that. Well,
Uh,
it depends on how you. I don't think they've cultivated the right economy for this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you have a bunch of people
see
who
how
are
it does.
looking for instant gratification, that's.
I mean, that's
Nothing
what
stays
that's
expensive.
what WoW is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's why
I'll-
games like EVE Online are fantastic with it because it couldn't be less about it. You have to take 3 days to level up a skill. Goddammit.
Yeah, that's why
I'll definitely
never
keep
play
track
that
of
game
the
again.
token thing and see like if the price fluctuates or what happens with it. I wanna
Yeah,
see-
we will keep you posted on WoW Token Watch 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be part of our new economy corner. It's in-game economy corner.
It came
Oh, I
economy.
really don't like that.
I love it. If I get a chart with like a graph that goes up and down, then I'm sold on it.
Yeah. So the Witcher 3 made some announcements about DLC. The game is about a month away at this point. They're claiming over 200 hours, in fact, of gameplay.
Yeah.
I'll be finished with that in like a weekend. So I want to know what's after that. They've already announced 2 expansions. Hearts of Stone, which will be an all-new more than 10-hour adventure out into the woods, out into the wilds of No Man's Land, the nooks and alleys of Oxenfurt. There's also Blood and Wine, which is a over 20-hour tale. It's going to introduce a whole new game region. It's going to take you to an area that like hasn't dealt with war or anything. It's all like carefree, indulgent, that sort of thing. Just completely unspoiled. Quote from Marcin Iwinski, who's the CD Projekt Red co-founder, said, "With the development of Wild Hunt coming to an end, the team has embarked upon the creation of 2 new really big adventures set in the Witcher universe. We remember the time when add-on discs truly expanded gameplay by delivering meaningful content. As gamers, we'd like to bring that back. We've said in the past that if we ever decide to release paid content, it'll be vast in size and represent real value for the money. Both our expansions offer more hours of gameplay than quite a few standalone games out there."
That's cool.
Yeah.
I am so happy to see at least one company like
Yeah.
that cares still.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, he says a lot of buzzwords that gamers really like.
I've
Yeah.
really liked this company so far. They've delayed the game, but every time they delay, they say why they're doing it. They're really upfront. They're upfront on everything they're doing. I really like that. And they're upfront with their design choices, on what they're just trying to make like really immersive gameplay experience. And I haven't even played any of the Witchers, and I'm loving it. Like,
Yeah, me either. But I'm really excited for this game.
The Witcher 2 is
Yeah.
really good. I couldn't get into The Witcher 1.
Well, The Witcher 1 wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Witcher 2 is when I first even heard about the Witcher series. Everyone's like, this game's great. I'm like, there was a Witcher 1?
Yeah, a lot of people were surprised it got a sequel, honestly.
Yeah, because The Witcher 1 was kind of a mess.
Apparently the series starts with Witcher 2.
Pretty much.
Mhm.
The Witcher 2 it used to crash my computer, which is why I couldn't play it. I could
Yeah,
run it
same.
for half an hour and it would crash. So
That's why I didn't
Now
even
that I have
try,
an
because my
i7.
friend
and I can give it a shot.
had built his own computer, and he was like, yeah, it sometimes runs slow because it's so nice. I was like, well, I'm not even going to download it then.
Yeah, exactly. Forget it.
Well, did you say when the games are coming out? Did you
Yeah.
hit that?
Didn't I? Oh, no, maybe. So
No.
Hearts of Stone, which is the first one, that's the 10-hour one's coming out in October. Blood and Wine is coming out in the first quarter 2016, so probably March.
Yeah, so those are both like pretty far away too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy about that because they'll spend. To
March.
me, that says they'll spend a lot of time actually developing it and not
Yeah.
rushing it out.
Yeah, and that doesn't include. I think they've already announced 16 other DLCs that are free for the game.
Yeah,
Oh.
so they
But some of those DLCs, like, they're counting, like, this sword is like a DLC. So, like, there's a little bit of padding in there, but they still all are free.
there's a good quote. I hopefully I can find it. Man, is it this one? Is this the where I read it? No, I can't find it. God damn, I don't want to just sit here and
Yeah.
Okay.
like read an article. It was something along the lines of like, to them DLC is small content, little bits of things to add to the fun of the game, like horse armor. To them is still DLC.
That's rad.
Well,
And
it's
they don't
DLC
wanna-
to other people, but it's
and they don't
paid
want to
DLC.
charge. Yeah, and they don't want to charge for that. These are, for all intents and purposes, expansion packs.
Yeah.
Oh. That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's talk about Square Enix and how they went completely just crazy
okay.
this week.
Yeah.
So Monday, Square Enix launched the Twitch channel. I'll throw it up there. Boop.
Can't kill progress.
Can't kill progress. And I joined 14K other people in watching a man lay on the floor for about an hour. Then he started breathing heavy, and he got up. He did stuff before he laid on the floor, but he definitely laid on that floor for about an hour.
Look, let's be honest. He didn't do anything.
No, he did
Like,
stuff.
He did he though? He like touched the wall.
No. Before that, like, he was in a chair, and they were asking him questions, and they beat him up and took his chair away. During this stream, here it is. They started Monday. It's still going on right now, I believe. I don't think it's ended yet. I think it's 11 tonight is when it ends.
When the reveal happens.
Yeah, when the big reveal happens.
I'm actually going to check right
Yeah, check right now. It was either 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. It actually didn't say on the site.
now. Just said 11.
But it's a
It didn't even
3-day.
give a day.
It's a
Just
3-day stream of all this like cryptic viral marketing, which I love. I love viral marketing. I love.
It's actually not cryptic anymore.
Yeah, but I love. It was at a point.
It was super cryptic.
They were sending out Instagram like codes, and you had to decipher all these videos that they were showing.
It was like an ARG.
I love stuff like that.
Yeah, it was really cool. I was disappointed that they.
I was disappointed with the
chose to, like,
stream because
hack.
it was just super boring.
Well, it's just not a. It's not a. Well, first of all, it's not really, to me. That's not really what Twitch is for. So I was a little disappointed. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I don't really think Twitch is the place to be making 3-day long video game announcements.
Yeah.
Second of all, second thing that I didn't really like is that it was a lot of stuff packed in to like this one stream as far as the interactive and viral stuff. They did a ton of it. There's no reason this couldn't have been like weekly YouTube videos or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of the video was looped.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
just doesn't
thing.
make a lot of sense.
And
to me.
well, so what I first thought was this was interactive too, but to
Yeah,
a
you can
point.
vote on stuff.
Like, so the first vote went live like pretty much right when the stream did, and you voted on folk or classical music, and like that it changed stuff that happened in like the video that was being played.
Yep.
Yeah.
The next vote after that was 5 hours away. Yesterday there were votes that were happening that then the next vote was like 15 hours away. So like it wasn't really interactive. Like there were a couple points during these 3 days
there was like
where you
6
could vote. I think there was 6 votes total.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of voting. So like I was kind of bummed about that. And once I realized that, I was just like, I'm not gonna watch this. I'll just wait for information to come out when it's finally over. And information came out way before. The internet used its little pry bars. They got Square Enix to tweet officially what the announcement was. And that was Deus Ex. A lot of people assumed it was Deus Ex from the beginning.
We thought it was Hitman.
Although a lot of people thought it was Hitman too, because there was a Hitman forum that went up the day of like the channel going live. So a lot of people were pointing at Hitman, but it turns out it is the new Deus Ex, and it's called Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. I'm gonna just click the trailer and let it play like a little bit while we're talking.
Yeah.
It's a 3-minute and like 45-second trailer. I'm not gonna show the whole thing. Graphically, like it looks really cool, but this is all pre-rendered. There's no gameplay in it. Go check it out if you're really interested in it. I'm going to post it on our website on frameloss.com, so you can check it out there. What do you guys think? See, I'm not a huge fan of Deus Ex.
I only played the very first one, like the old famous 1990s one.
Yeah, see, I played
Well,
2.
That's
And-
System Shock, I think.
No, not System Shock.
No, the first Deus Ex.
That was like, I
played
thought that was
System
like
Shock
2000.
I don't know what year it was, but it was really early. My friend got me like the Game of the Year edition, and I played it, but he got it to me. He gave it to me on not the legalist of terms, so it was really.
I don't know why you admit these things. No one asked that question.
He gave it.
incriminate
Well,
yourself.
the reason I said it is because it was glitchy and stuff, and it broke and crashed and lost all my saves, so I never finished it. And I was interested in the new one, and all my friends were really into it and liked it, but I never got to play it.
I really like the stories. The gameplay is like, it's okay. It's like, it's a weird like RPG FPS, so it's just two genres that don't really mesh. And they do an okay job with it. They don't do like anything inherently wrong or anything. But the story of Deus Ex is what's cool. I think it's one of the only few like recent cyberpunk things to really capture the proper cyberpunk feel.
That's what I thought when I played the first one. I'm like, yeah, this feels cyberpunk.
Yeah, I would say that's fair. I just never was a fan of like the gameplay.
Yeah, the gameplay is not that great.
It's like a poor man's Metal Gear.
The coolest thing they do about it is I like the ability to either do the whole game non-lethal, and I did that in the first one. I went just with my like police baton, and I just batoned people into submission. It was fun. Except there was one thing that ticked me off, because there was a cutscene where I batoned someone in submission. I didn't kill them, and in the cutscene they're like, "We can't believe you killed this person. We have to get you out of here before they find out." I'm like, I didn't. I batoned him.
I didn't kill nobody.
Well, you batoned him to death.
I
You
did.
scared him so bad when you were about to baton him that he had a heart attack.
Apparently. I was like, I just batoned.
The soundtrack is also fantastic.
Yeah, the soundtrack's good. This is also, it's going to be in Game Informer, I think, next month.
No, it's out now.
The Game Informer's out now?
Yeah, I got the email last night for...
Oh, okay. So the Game Informer's out now. It's on the cover, so there's probably a ton of information in there about it. But yeah, check our site. I'll try and have it up tonight with the trailer for that if you guys are interested in that. But yeah, that was the big Square thing. I think the 3-day thing is a little overkill for it. I would have liked it if it was like on their site contained with less looping of all these videos. Because again, like yesterday I watched a guy do push-ups for like an hour just to see if something would change. And it didn't. So like there was a lot of just downtime. But people watched it. Like when I was watching yesterday, there was still 5K people in that channel just watching it do push-ups.
Yeah, there are people who just left it on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it got the job done. I just would have liked to seen it done better.
If you guys know anyone in that channel, tell them to come on by.
Yeah.
Just sit in our channel for days.
Yeah.
We'll do push-ups. Maybe.
I'm not going to promise that.
Biohazard, I don't hate it. I'm just not, like, a huge fan of it. Like, I didn't say I hate it. I don't know why you just assume I hate every game.
He doesn't assume you hate every game, just the good ones.
But I was not a huge fan of Human Revolution. Yeah, see, I'm with Kwaitai. Like, I just got bored.
Yeah.
I got to a point where I was in this like police station, like trying to stealth around it, and I was like, "This is just boring. Like, I don't care about this story anymore."
But
I don't hate it. Like, I understand.
If the gameplay was more engaging.
Yeah.
Because the story's good, but it's like you can only get so. It's just the same way you can only get so far in good gameplay and a bad story.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't hate it.
Other games that are announced, we have trailers for. So, from Wadjet Eye Games, we have the game Techno Babylon. And basically, the premise of the game is the year 2087 is upon us, a future where genetic engineering is the norm, the addictive trance has replaced almost any need for human interaction, and an omnipresent AI named Central powers the city. Its all-seeing CEL police force keeps tabs on everyone, including 3 people who are about to meet their maker. And cue trailer.
I actually didn't mean for 2 cyberpunk news to just bounce right back off each other, but
it works.
That worked out pretty well.
Alright, cue trailer.
I'm Max Lau, cell case specialist. I've been tasked with this investigation. Victim was wired, brain burnt, but not consistent with a straightforward murder. You going to fill me in on what's going on here? I've lived in this city my entire life, and it's been good to me. But revelations about its origins are troubling.
So that's Techno Babylon.
First off, did we just show a Sierra game from 90s?
No. So Wadjet
Space Ace in Techno Babylon.
So Wadjet Eye Games are known for making the like Blackwell series on which is a point and click adventure game.
Yeah.
Resonance. They make a lot of point and click games.
I have nothing against point and click, but right when I saw that, I was like, "Whoa, Sierra, why are you here?"
I think it looks really good. I think it looks like in the same vein as I mean, it makes sense that you said Sega, Sierra. I was thinking Sega CD with like Rise of the Dragon, and to like a better extent like Snatcher. Like it, I immediately got like.
You are obsessed with Snatcher.
I love Snatcher. But yeah, I'm really interested in this game. I like the setting a lot.
Cyberpunk?
Yeah, Cyberpunk. I love the art style of it. I think the voice acting sounds really good for like this kind of game. I'm in.
It looks
I'll play
interesting.
it. Yeah.
I like point and click adventures. I'm not against them. I like well done ones.
Yeah. I'm definitely excited for it. I reached out to the company who makes it to like maybe get some more information on it, because the minute I watched the trailer, I was just like, I'm all in on this game. Like,
it looks awesome.
I didn't see the trailer before, and I googled Techno Babylon quick, and I went to their website. And at first, like, I was like, did you link us to like a mobile Facebook game like that my mom plays? And then after I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, no, this makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I like it.
So yeah, I'm excited for that. We'll have more news on that. We'll definitely be following that one.
Yeah.
So real quick before we get into our Bloodborne review, it was announced today Grand Theft Auto 5's PC space requirements. So we're talking, get ready, 65,000 megabytes.
65 gigs for a game. Like we're like that's where we're at right now.
65 million kilobytes of data.
That's so many. That's so much data.
It is a 7-disc install. And that is not a joke. That's for real.
I have a picture up right now. Like you guys won't see it for a little
discs.
bit, but I have a picture up of the discs. It looks gorgeous. Like I would buy this collection because it just looks sick.
Disc for days.
A 65 trillion byte game.
Oh, that looks gorgeous until you realize it takes all the discs to run it, and those aren't like special feature discs or a DVD.
Well, you got to install the golf disc. You got to install the movies disc.
One disc.
See what they don't tell you, the hidden
one is the Michael disc, one's the Trevor disc.
The hidden requirements. You actually need multiple CD-ROM drives to play the game.
Well, every time you switch characters in game, you have to pop in their character disc.
Yeah. Well, you have to pop in their character disc and their environment disc. You run them side by side.
Yeah. They also
That's what you need a double-decker CD.
Yeah.
They also actually snuck in a copy of Rockstar's Table Tennis on one of those.
Oh, I would buy it if that was the case. I'd buy it for a third
loved
drive.
that game.
That game was amazing.
Well,
that was the first Xbox 360 game I bought.
That was the engine that ran Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah.
That's why they made Table Tennis.
It's just no one took that game seriously, and then they saw how beautiful it was.
I took that game very seriously.
Well, no, when they first announced it, everyone's like,
"Oh yeah," when I was like, "This is bullshit."
No,
Rockstar,
the problem I had with Rockstar Table Tennis is when Grand Theft Auto 4 finally came out, I thought the characters in the city, like the main characters, just looked like generic table tennis stars.
They were
just wandering about the city.
Dude, table tennis takes place in the Grand Theft Auto universe.
Yeah, that's canon.
Okay.
You ready that was one of the few games that every now and then, when I was a younger lad, I don't have this happening anymore, but I would find a game at like a GameStop demo, and I would be like all in on that game.
Oh,
Rockstar Table Tennis was one
Yep.
of them.
That's when I first saw it.
I learned how to play Guitar Hero on a controller because of GameStop demos. I was all in on, man, what was that awful platformer? Blinks the Time Cat.
Oh, I was about
God.
to say, I love Blinks the Time
Blinks
I
Creeper.
was
sucked.
all in on Blinks.
Dude, Blinks was a rad game.
Blinks
Maybe.
was a
I don't
good
remember
concept.
it.
Blinks was a
Yeah.
good concept.
Okay,
So,
let's get to our review.
okay.
We got 20 minutes.
He doesn't like talking about Blinks.
I don't. Blinks
I don't
sucked.
like talking. It's too close to home.
The sequel was worse, but yeah.
Okay.
I can go back in time and undo it.
Let's see if this will load up. There we go.
Hoppa!
Look at Bloodborne. It's so pretty.
Hey,
So
Buttersword, what's up?
Bloodborne came out last week? No, 2 weeks ago. How long did Bloodborne? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Bloodborne came out. Time flies when you're playing Bloodborne.
Time dies when you're playing Bloodborne.
Oh, okay. So, do you want me to start it off, or? So I've played every Souls game. Let's just lead with this. I pre-ordered Demon Souls before it came out. I got it opening day. I had a lot of fun. It was awesome. I forgot your scores. What?
What?
I can't read what you just sent me.
You should talk about it live. You could type that.
No, I can't because I can't click the chat because of the way your cameras are set up. I can't
Perfect.
see the chat.
Perfect. Okay, well, don't worry about it.
So yeah, I've been a huge Souls fan since Demon Souls. Demon Souls to me is the best one of the series. But we might change that tonight. I'm gonna jump right into story. I thought the story, from what I got of the game for my first playthrough, I'm only reviewing this on one playthrough. I'm currently in New Game Plus, and I've downed 2 bosses, so I'm making progress. But the story to me, I thought was really good. I thought it was more cohesive than the other Souls games. For someone who doesn't really go through the game like trying to like do all the side missions and everything right off the bat. I didn't do a lot of the side stuff because I play these games as blind as possible, where I don't let people tell me what's coming up. I don't like read like, oh, like this person's talking to me. How do I get the maximum like effectiveness of this person out? Like, what do I need to do to make this person like give me items? I just like be like, okay, like you said your lines, like I'm moving on. If something comes up, maybe I'll come back to you, but I'm moving on. So I don't get like crazy amounts of story going through it. I get what I can, and that's what I judge the game off of because that's how I play it. So I gave story a 7. I really liked what I was given, but like it's not like the best written thing in the world. So I think it's a good story.
So you can go ahead and put my score up too while I talk about it. I like the story in this game a lot. So my score is kind of it was tough to give it a score because I really like the story. I like horror stories. I like horror stories especially that are like really cerebral. This is very Lovecraftian in nature, which I really dig. But because it's a Souls game, they hide it so much. They hide so much of this story, and they are just like, players got to figure it out. And it's like, man, I get that as a concept for a game, but at some points it is going to hurt you, and the story is one of them. So I had to give it a 6, as you guys see. I wanted to give it a 9. I did, and it's just you have to like work so hard at getting the story out of it that it's like you stop caring.
Yeah.
That's why I judge it based on what I get going through it, like without trying like to like dig like way deep.
I only know the plot of the first Dark Souls because I've watched videos explaining the plot of the first Dark Souls just because of that.
I get the not the concept, but like I understand they want
point.
Everything to be as hard as possible. Every part of the game is supposed to be as hard as possible. I'm surprised they have a way to start the game easily, frankly. I figured that was going to be miserable too. So it at some points it is going to hurt you. Challenging people to have precise gameplay is a very noble goal, like in terms of like it's something that not many companies do. but finding story elements is not that's not mechanics. So it just seems like
Yeah.
you could probably be a little more up. Not, and I'm not saying just give us everything. I'm saying just a little more upfront. Put things slightly less out of the
See,
way.
and they did that. They did that more in this game than they have in previous games.
Yeah.
God, then I'm not going to get any of the story in Dark Souls.
Watch a YouTube video. I'll send you a good one.
can't watch it yet.
It's definitely more cohesive than other Souls games. But you will notice that we're not actually talking about any story plot points. It's because everyone plays these games very different, and I don't want to spoil anything for someone who is going into the game. Because everyone plays this game incredibly different.
I said already what I consider to be too much just by describing the feel of the game. So
my score is 7, his is 6. Not too different there. Both respectable scores. For people new to the show, how we do scores on Frameloss is a 5 is an average game. We don't go by
we don't do the weighted scale the way.
we don't weight it where if it's not 7 or above, it's trash. A 5 is an average between 1 and 10. So that's how we review games. So a 6 is still above average.
Yeah, 6 is a good story.
Yeah. Just to clarify that for people new in the channel. Let's go to gameplay. So I broke this down into 3 categories for me at least. And I'll talk about those. Combat. So I'm really happy that they made this game more offensive friendly. I used to struggle a lot in Dark Souls 1 and 2 just because I play these games very offensively. I try to just go in, get the kill. I don't use shields. I use fast weapons. And up until now, they've really been like, no, you have to take this slower. You have to stay back. You have to heal. You have to do all that. In this game, how it works is when you take damage, if an enemy hits you, it encourages you to just immediately strike back because you can get that health you lost back from doing a counterattack. Not even a counter, just hitting them again.
There are enemies who chunk you for 3/4 of your health, and it's at first you're mad because you're that's 3/4 of my health, but you actually only lose a small amount if you retaliate correctly.
Once you learn the blood system in the game, you're it's second nature to just be oh, you hit me, I'm coming right at you.
Yeah.
And you want to do that. And I really like that it rewards you for doing that because now I can finally play these games the way I really want to and just Zerg rush everything and just be I'm the shit. So I really like that. How do you feel about the combat? Because you've never played any of them.
Yeah, I haven't touched these games for the most part. I may have loaded one once before. I think before we started doing Frameloss, really, I almost started playing Dark Souls and I did the Asylum Beast and that's it. Yeah, I was I died. I'm done. And this was a while ago, so I haven't really touched them at all. I think the gameplay is super crisp, which it needs to be. It doesn't feel cheap, which is very important in a game like this. When an enemy hits me, I don't feel like I'm being targeted or locked onto and being hit even though I'm dodging, those sort of things. I feel like it's very, I don't want to say realistic. It's clearly not realistic, but it follows its own rules. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's hard, but it's not cheap.
Yeah, they don't have powers that you don't have.
Yeah.
I like the trick weapon system they have a lot. How the weapons all turn into different weapons.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I think that there's a lot of, not necessarily puzzles. I call them puzzles because I think there's a lot of things to figure out in this game that are very much reliant on you using that system correctly. And
keep going.
It's something that you're not used to at all from any of the Dark Souls games. There's nothing like this. I do know that much, and it's a totally new system as far as I'm concerned. The closest thing I would say that I've seen is when Mortal Kombat had fighting stances that you had to switch through.
Oh, that was awful.
It was awful, but in this game it works really well.
Yeah, it works well in this one. I'm gonna throw out my score. So I had I wanted to bring that up. I had a problem juggling that, and I put that in fun factor for me. But we'll get to that when we talk about fun. But so I gave gameplay a 9. You gave gameplay an 8.5. And the reason my gameplay didn't get a perfect score, and it was I struggled with this one a while because I really wanted to give it a perfect 10. The reason gameplay got a dock for me is I felt the bosses were a tad easy compared to the other From Software games. because I felt like I don't know, they just, maybe it was because of how aggressive I was in the game, but I felt like some of them, like once you got like the pattern down, like a lot of bosses only took me one try to beat. Even the last boss, I beat it on my second attempt, and I didn't summon anyone in to help me. There were only
the bosses are definitely like, that's the difficulty factor. Once I got, I think the part that we're showing right here at the beginning, this bonfire, is like the hardest part when it comes to regular.
And this is just a like new player check. This is just to show you like, hey, like this game's gonna ramp up.
I don't think it does ramp up though. I think this is here to like break.
Oh, I mean, I know where you are in the game, and I know what's coming.
Okay, all right.
So,
well, because I'm at the point where I feel comfortable. I don't feel necessarily like I can.
You're
walk
about to
through
get
it.
kicked.
They're gonna take you got a lollipop, and you're like sitting in your stroller. That guy's coming. He's taking that popsicle from you. You're done. I know exactly where you are in the game, and yeah, you're not going to feel comfortable very long.
So also, I want to make a point too. Some people may say, like, some people may think that, like, because I'm so close to the beginning relatively, that, like, maybe my scores are not, they're like, missing stuff. I have put a lot of time into the game. I'm just
you have.
So it's not that I haven't played a lot. It's just that I'm bad at video games.
I'm like
the reason my stream is called From CJ Sucks.
I'm like a proud father because you're actually chipping away at this. Like you're putting the time in.
It didn't beat me. I'm gonna beat it.
Before we move on, real quick, I just wanted to talk about the parry system. You mentioned it briefly, but like I love the parry system in this game because the game is full offensive. You're parrying now with a gun instead of a shield, so you're waiting for visual cues from the enemy, similar to the other system. But you're still running offensive. Like, so when you see like a werewolf like stand up and he's about to like lunge at you, you pop him with your gun and they'll go into like a parry state where then you can walk up and then they just unload just a massive amount of damage to them. So I really love the
regular
parry system.
Enemies. You basically kill them with it for the most part.
Yeah,
bosses you chunk them for like about a fifth of their health sometimes.
Yeah, you can parry the bosses too with the guns. And we'll talk about it. We'll get to more of it in Fun Cycle because I have a lot to talk about in Fun Cycle.
Yeah.
So why don't you take sound from the beat?
Sound is, especially in a game like this, sound is super important. I really like the soundtrack in this game a lot. I think the soundtrack was, I don't know if they like. So some games like this will like do the whole game and have someone play through it and then have someone like actually like do a soundtrack while they're playing through it to like get a feel for it. And it feels like that's what this game did. I don't know for sure if that's what they did or not, but it's very deliberate. All the musical cues are very deliberate. All the sounds are very deliberate. But the music isn't intrusive, which is super, super important because sound in this game is almost your only defense.
Yeah, it's critical.
Because like we said, you don't have a shield. It's all about being, attacking. The only clue you have to enemies are the fact that you can hear them. And it's terrifying. There's nothing scarier than just like walking into an empty area and being like, man, where is some stuff? And just hearing like something growl. And you're like, where? So,
or being in a pitch black room and all you hear is those villagers' voices being like, where's the beast?
This is your fault. You don't belong there.
Or you hear the raven sound, which is frightening.
Really quick, Biohazard points out that he said bosses were a tad easy. You got killed by the first boss several times. Yes, because that's when I didn't understand the parry system at all.
Didn't you get killed by the second boss, technically? A bunch?
No, I got killed by Cleric Beast a ton during my playthrough.
Okay, because you went to... I won't say his name, because it's actually a spoiler if you read the notes... If you read the things on the ground, unlike some people.
Yeah, so again, I do very little in terms of research, so I didn't know how the parry system or any of that worked. So once I figured that out, that Cleric Beast is easy mode. And so yeah, I did die to him a bunch, but that was me still learning the basic mechanics of the game.
Yep. So the second boss, I don't want to say his name, but you went to him first.
Yeah, I accidentally went to him first.
Okay, as long as but then you died a bunch to Cleric Beast.
Yeah. So sound, I agree with you pretty much on every point. Do you want me to throw up the scores?
Yeah, put them up.
Okay, I gave sound a 10. You gave sound a 9. This is where
I have a hard time giving things 10s.
This wouldn't have been a 10 if it wasn't for that stage with the prison. My God, the mute, everything about that, everything clicked. It was just beautiful. The way the sound like came in. I think this game does incredible things with sound. I think they deserve a 10. I love the soundtrack so much in this game.
I don't want people to think my 9 is like not great either. I have a difficult time giving things 10 because 10 to me means like perfect, basically. It means it's flawless.
No, that's fair.
Which if you like, and you're totally, if you think that, that's cool. I just want people to know that like I'm not trying to rip on it with a 9. A 9 carries a lot of weight for me.
Yeah, and
a 9 is like your 10.
Basically, I think that I don't think I've ever given a 10 actually. Now that I
don't think you have either. I think I've only given like 2 maybe.
Everything gets a 10 from me.
It's so important in a game like this to immerse you, and sound is such an underrated part of immersion. So they captured it.
Yeah,
perfect.
Sound is something I look at very strictly in video games, and that's why I felt this one was a 10 because it nailed it on every level for me.
And it's even like all the little like the sound your weapon makes when you switch it is like
the trick weapon. Anytime you switch it from a trick, it's.
So I don't know. I would love to see like the Foley room set up on this and how they did all the effects because there's so many different sounds in this game that's like, man.
Yeah, I would.
You must have literally had an axe that goes and becomes a longer axe to make that sound.
I would love to get the master files on these sounds.
Yeah.
So let's go to graphics.
Graphics, yeah.
I don't have a lot to talk about on graphics. I think the game looks gorgeous. I think it's one of the best looking games out right now. There are I did have some slight issues in some areas. Specifically with... See, I wanted to put this in gameplay, but, like, I don't know. It's more of a performance issue. At some points, I would experience, like, a big lag spike. Mostly when being invaded.
That is a thing I've heard.
Yeah, and then like some of the graphics like take a hit from that. And that's really my only issue with it. The lighting in this game is just the way they deal with shadows and everything is just
it's so
and like the water, everything is just so pretty. We both I threw the scores up. We both gave it a 9 in graphics. Yep. This wasn't a perfect 10 for me because it did have issues during slowdown, and I feel like there shouldn't be slowdown. But even then, like, it was such a small, like, it didn't hinder the rest of the experience for me. It's still up there. It's still a 9.
I think probably one of the things I like the most about and everything you said about the graphics, I 100% agree with. Everything's gorgeous. Everything is...
The lighting. This has some of the best lighting.
The lighting is what really impressed me. The first time you go around that corner of the bonfire and you can actually see the shadows of the enemies flickering, and there's like 10 to 15 enemies on that screen, too. It's not easy to render, so... I was very, very impressed.
Shadows are difficult.
When you fight people and when you kill them, you slowly become like soaked in blood. And it's like a very slow progression, and you can see it on your weapons and your clothes. And until you go back to like your safe area, it just becomes thicker and thicker. And it's like a very small touch, but it really it drives home how like grimy and dirty and gross this city is. It's like you can't do anything without getting. And if you're like
in like this like a sewer or like in the water and stuff, you'll have like mud and like stuff caked on it too with the blood.
Yeah, it's just the small details too. It makes you. It's immersion again. It makes you feel like you're in this grimy area that you want to get out of, and it just gets worse. Like every corner you go around is grimier, dirtier, and more blood. And I love it. I think it's a great touch.
I was actually watching footage of this because I've only just seen stuff of it recently, and they were like zooming in on the face, and there was blood spatter on the face and everything. And I was like, that's such a cool touch because it's not just on the clothes; it's even on like your character's face and everywhere. Because
I do want to give Donnie just reminded me with the face too. I do want to give special mention to the character creation in this game. It is
So rad.
There's so much you can do with it.
And you
And
were
the
giving
game
me you were
is-
giving me shit about that.
Well, I still think it's totally unnecessary. But that's me. You spend the whole game behind your character, so customizing his face.
Oh, I turn it
Like-
around all the time just to look at it because it's so pretty.
See, I do I do that, but that you still spend like 90%.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So
Yeah.
it's one of those things to me that I am very impressed with.
You just don't
But
care.
it just seems
Yeah.
not worthless. But
Yeah.
it seems very much like they were like, man, we have nothing to do and we don't need to ship for another like 2 months. What do you think we should add stuff to? And they
Sliders.
were like, more
Add
mustaches.
sliders.
Yeah, I thought it was cool that the character I saw get created, they created with 2 different eye colors in the pupils, and for some
Yeah.
reason I thought that's really
Oh,
cool.
you
I've
can
not seen
you can
that.
change individual pupil size is how nuanced
Yeah.
this game gets. So it's very
I don't want to blow the character creation in this, but I think MLB kind of kicks ass in
But
character
that-
creation.
see, to me that makes more sense because
It makes more sense, but man, when we get to our MLB review,
yeah.
I'm gonna
I
gush
got a
about
lot
that.
of nice things
Yeah.
to say about MLB. So I don't want to
yeah. But yeah, no, I completely agree. I think 9 is a great score for this graphics. Like, it's pretty much the best thing that's out right now, I think.
I mean, I bought a PS4.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it just for this, but I would say I bought a half for this because I bought it
Yeah.
for this. I bought it for MLB. So,
We got to move on quick because we're running out of time.
oh yeah,
I'm going to throw our fun scores up before we
Yep.
talk about it. I gave it a 9. You gave it a 10/0. I'm going to let you talk about yours in just a second. I'm going to just go real
Yeah, go
quick.
ahead.
Fun for me in this game, and this is different from what I feel the rest of the Souls games has, is a lot of people complained that there were not a lot of weapons and not a lot of armor choices in this game. And to that I say, when you played Dark Souls, you picked your weapon and your set of armor, and you upgraded both of those things pretty much, and you stuck with those for the whole game. So I don't see the problem there. And the fact that you can't upgrade armor in this game, like, there are situations where I was switching armor, I was switching weapons because different enemies require different like weapons to do actual like hard damage to them. Like, I had to switch from my Kirk hammer. I played most of the game with the Kirk hammer. Holy shit, that weapon is
The
good.
Kirk hammer is a hammer that is the size of you. Just
Amazing.
for those
It's
ones.
so good, and I don't like slow weapons in game, but man, I had fun playing this.
It has saved my life more than once.
I played with the Kirk hammer and the cane, and I got to a point where neither of those weapons were doing any damage, so I had to choose another one that I hadn't been leveling. I had to level that one up and start working on that. So I love how they force you to switch to the different weapons, and they actually make it useful. Because Dark Souls, I played all 3 of them, and all you do is you pick a weapon, you just level it up, and that's your weapon for the game, and it's usually effective through the whole game. Same with the armor. I like how I was switching armor for like different things. I love the trick weapon system. That was super fun for me. The things you can do with combos felt really nice. You felt really fast. What do you got to say about fun?
Okay, so I give it a 10/0 because it's if you can't deal with it killing you repeatedly and being extremely I'm talking extremely difficult. If you are just not into that, this game's a 0. This is a worthless game. It's a waste of $60. If you can't handle a game where you just are going to die constantly, and a game that's going to make you feel bad, and make you feel like you're bad at video games, and make you feel like you're just shitty all over, if you can't deal with that, which is totally, I don't want to make it sound like, oh, if you can't deal with that, but like if that's not your cup of tea, then like it's worth it. It's a garbage game. It's actually going to make you have less fun. If you can cope with that and manage to play through it and use that to like get better and learn and grow, this game is the most rewarding game probably, I don't want to say ever because I haven't played the Dark Souls games, but it's the most rewarding game I've ever played. Nothing feels satisfying the way this game feels satisfying.
Every kill is a small victory.
Yes. I went from dying to random peasants in the opening area to effortlessly farming that whole area for souls and like just walking up to bosses. I die at the bosses obviously because I'm a shithead, but like you have to use the negative emotions that it gives you because it heaps them on. You have to drive through them, and it's a 10. And there's nothing. My heart was when I beat Cleric Beast for the first time. I was like,
oh yeah, it's got some heart racing moments
because I died to him like 5 times, and I just did it, and it was like, wow. So and in addition to the satisfaction level, there's a ton of little things in the game that also are just like there's a ton of like shortcuts and stuff which are not. There's nothing like intrinsically special about any single shortcut, but just like finding one feels good.
Yeah.
Like, great. I don't have to walk an hour to get to this spot now. But they're all still hidden, so it feels like a victory finding one.
Yeah.
The only thing, again, that isn't fun is finding the story stuff because there's just no help. But even after you find them, once you're doing them, they're fun.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff to do with them. I just wish they were less hard to find, but it's a 10 for me. Nothing is fun, nothing is satisfying the way this game is satisfying.
Yeah. The only reason I did not give it a perfect 10 in fun was because the load times
they're better now. They were bad when you were playing them though.
The load times are just
they're much better now. They were like a minute and a half. They're better now. They're down to like 30 seconds.
They
were like 90 seconds though before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. So I get it though. As much as I want to be mad, like the game, it's a gorgeous game.
No. I completely get it. I just couldn't give it a perfect 10 because like and it's not even just dying.
I feel bad that you played it the first time like with those loading times because it does take you out of it.
It's not even the dying.
Stare at the word Bloodborne.
Yeah, and it's not even the dying. See what Dark Souls did was during those load screens, they would give you random items would appear on the screen. And they would just spout lore at you about like that item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they did that here. My main problem with the loadings is warping from lamppost to lamppost. Like you have to go back to the hub world, which I love the hub world. Don't get me wrong, Demon Souls is my favorite one of the series.
It's so much bigger than you would think.
I love the hub world, and I wanted there to be a hub world, but the load times make me not like the hub world, and that took some fun away from me, just because it's a lot of loading.
I will say, as far as the loading screen thing, you said Dark Souls, they have like lore. I think the loading screen in this game is very deliberate. It's very stark.
Yeah.
It's very. It's alone.
You can see that it's on the screen right now for people watching.
You're alone.
Yeah.
It's isolating you in every single aspect, and you have no information.
Yep.
Like there's no help at all.
So it just lets you know what you're playing, and that's it.
That's why I like it. It's a stylistic choice, which I tried to be more open with my review of this game because of all I read about the Dark Souls games was how much they like everything is intentional. So I tried to keep that in mind and analyze it that way.
I'm going to throw up our overall, which I made up for you because I didn't get yours.
Well, it's just my overalls usually. I just add them up.
The overalls we do now is buy, rent, or stay away. My overall is 100% a buy. If you have a PS4, you should have this game in your arsenal. If you don't like the Dark Souls games, I would stay away from it. I don't think this game is going to change your mind. If you've never played the Dark Souls games, get this game. Just buy it. Just go buy it right now. Buy a PS4. Just buy a PS4 and get it.
Just do it. Just buy one.
It's $460 for the combo. That's
totally worth it.
It's not even half $1,000.
You can't even get a car with that.
Yeah, just buy it.
Barely get tires.
That's like a month of groceries. Just go buy it. Yeah, just go buy it. I don't care.
I don't care.
There's no reason. If you own a PS4, the only reason not to own this game is because
you didn't like it.
I'll never play it.
Or you just don't generally like these games. Like that's fair. So don't buy this because it's not going to sway you.
Don't just buy it because it's like a highly reviewed game.
Yeah.
But if you even might like it, man, I just say buy it. I say take the risk, and that's I don't tell people to buy games. Period. Usually, so I say just go for it.
Yeah. So that's our show. We went over by a bit, but that's fine because we had a good review. I'll have the review posted somewhere. I'm gonna try posting the reviews like separately so people can watch the reviews if they miss them. Next week is our 50th episode. We're gonna do stuff.
The big
Stuff
5.
will happen. Don't you worry. Tomorrow I will be playing Axiom Verge on the Frameloss channel. We'll be picking up where I played last week. If you missed last week's show,
Then don't watch this one. It's full of spoilers.
well, no.
The whole month.
You still have time right now to go to our YouTube channel and watch last week's playthrough of Axiom Verge because it's on there. So go do that. I'm 2 inches. Donnie, say your goodbyes.
All right, first off, just have a notice for anyone who watches my stream on Monday. I will be unable to stream this Monday. 2 inches will be streaming in my stead. He'll figure something out. I will be out of state at the time, so I won't be at my computer to stream, unfortunately, but I'll pick it up the Monday after that. And I'm going to, hopefully, if I can, start doing Mega Man Mondays for as long as that can last. We'll see.
I like that.
Next Monday, 2 inches and I are going to co-op it. We're going to do a co-op
nice.
game.
Oh, that's it. Oh, we talked about that today. We can do that. Yeah, we could do that Monday.
Nice.
Yep, good idea.
Oh, no, I can't. No, I lied. It's Monday. I can't do it.
Well,
That's why I asked him to take over for
I
me.
forgot.
son of a
Monday.
bitch.
I got all excited.
Yeah.
We can do it. We can do it Thursday that week because you're streaming Monday though,
Okay.
if you want.
But
Or
you have
can
league.
just
But
do-
you have league Thursday.
Oh no, you're right. God damn it.
you suck at planning.
No, I just
All right.
forget that I already have all these commitments.
Right, anyway,
Okay.
Thank you
Yeah.
everyone for watching us. Best thing you can do is spread the word of our show. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies, tell everyone about the show. Tell them it's good, tell them it's bad. Just tell them to watch it. Just spread the word. Like,
If you're, if you're
really,
telling your enemies though, make sure to be like, oh, like you wouldn't get it.
yeah, make sure to be
Yeah.
very snarky about it. But just spread the word. It really helps us to get you guys in it, and word of mouth really helps us out.
If you guys liked watching the show, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to hit that heart down there so you guys will like the page, follow us. That way it'll tell you every time we go live. You'll get an alert. Also, head on over to our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. The links are right down there. Follow us on those. That way you can stay connected with us at all our various sites and portals. Get the latest video game news direct from Frameloss. Get our hot takes. We do tons of game giveaways on the Twitter, tons of codes, all that kind of stuff. And finally, there's a link down there to Patreon. For those of you guys who don't know what Patreon is, click that link, check it out. And for those of you who do know what Patreon is, click that link and check it out. We really like doing this show for you guys. Any money that goes to that Patreon, we funnel directly back into the show. It's not used to buy games for us to play. It's not used to nothing frivolous like that. Everything we buy, which is
fancy
different things
fancy
right now.
microphones.
Yeah, it's stuff to make.
I think
the
I just
show
really fucked up my
legitimately better.
microphone doing that.
So, we have a lot of ideas for the show. We have a lot of stuff we want to do. We all work, regular jobs too, and we want this show to be as awesome as possible. So any help anyone can give rules.
I'm 2 inches.
I'm from CJ.
I'm Donnie.
See you next week. Episode 50. Get hyped.
Good night, good game.